Okay. So what is up? Welcome back. It is your girl, Kim Ward. I look pathetic. I feel good. All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going downhill. It could be worse. So I've traveled the world for the month of September. I think I slept in my own bed maybe 3-4 times at the most during the whole month of September. I met a lot of you in person, traveled to Florida, New York, London, Wisconsin. I even had virtual stages that I spoke on smushed in between those. So it was a very, very busy month. And a lot of people are thinking like, what are you thinking? Well, if you are a speaker, there's two really kind of busy seasons each year. It's spring and fall. And when the opportunities present itself, you've got to really make a decision. You have to. And it's funny because I started getting emails yesterday where people are like, you should get more rest. You should do this. I'm like, you don't know jack beans about my life. I take zinc, I take quercetin, I take supplements, I do essential oils, I bathe in Epsom salts, I sage my house, I meditate, I do yoga, I drink plenty of water, and I probably sleep more than most people. I was on a plane with some very, very questionable characters coming home from London. And I made a poor joke. And I looked at my husband and I said, if we don't have COVID, we do now. And the good Lord said, oh, you want to be a little judgmental jerk? Here you go. No, I'm kidding. The Lord doesn't do that. That's just a poor joke again. I'm humorous in my own way. But anyway, I went to my doctor and he said, what were you doing in the UK? That is the worst place in the world right now to be because the UK has the newest and strongest strand, whatever, of COVID. So we were on a plane for 11 hours flying home from London with no air circulation. And that's just the way it is. Oh, I take zinc as well. So I want you to know that I might not be as visible. I might not be as vocal as what you're used to seeing me. I'm just resting for a few days. I am on the COVID drug. For those of you who don't know, yes, there is a COVID drug. It's 3 massive horse pills you have to take every 12 hours for 5 days. I really think it's saving me with lots of rest and lots of water and good stuff. But I do watch the group. I do watch your frustrations. I do watch what you're going through. I might not reply to every single post or comment in the group, but I do watch. And what I saw yesterday was a little bit of frustration around getting those TikTok videos over to Pinterest. So if you're here, you're in the right place. That's the only thing we're going to focus on today. And before we do, I think everyone in-house with me today live might potentially be in the Pinfluence Profits Mastermind. I know there's a lot of people who've requested the replay, and we're also streaming to the Facebook group. So I will say this, we've got 35 people. If you really are serious about becoming a pinfluencer, the whole world focuses on influencers. I'm out here training you how to be a pinfluencer. Remember what I said to you about my financial coach back in 2020, when she leaned in and said, Kim, what would you do if you were unable to work your business for 4 consecutive months? Now, I know what it's like to be down with COVID, with allergies just for a couple of days, forget a couple of months. And that's when I really, really got serious about Pinterest, understanding the ins and outs of a search engine, understanding how to repurpose content, understanding the role that Pinterest plays with Google, right? And understanding how your pins and your video pins are placed right in front of people who are already looking for that type of content. If you really, truly understood that kind of freedom, you would sell a kidney to get into my masterclass. You would. So I have opened up 15 spots. We have 35 members in. Soon as we get to 50, we are closed for this quarter. And you're not going to see this mastermind open again until February of next year. So I am dropping this link. If you are not in and you've been kicking yourself in the butt, take advantage of this. We start on Monday, which is, well, that wasn't meant to be, but it was a Freudian slip from my button. October 2nd, we're going to have our first session at 6 p.m. Central Time. And those of you who are already in the mastermind, your schedule is being uploaded to your group today. Okay. So I want to get right into the training because I want to go back to sleep. There's a couple of ways that when we post our TikTok videos, we clear, everyone good on the mastermind. It's 12 weeks of me. It's 12 weeks of this environment. It's 12 weeks of these amazing people. Look at Carla. She said, Kim is already over delivered. I am loving the mastermind. And thank you for saying that. I'm not the kind of person that's just going to take your money and leave you hanging. I will always, always do right. And so I want to have an intimate setting. And one of the things I wrote down over my worldly travels this whole month, I have pages and pages and pages of notes, that a lot of people, when they come into the internet marketing world to train, is that they never deliver their best stuff. And I've never been accused of that. I think you would all agree. And this high level mastermind was all very high and 6 and 7 figure earners. One of the people said, always give your best stuff, because when people buy your opportunity, and in my case, it's the mastermind, they're not joining and they're not buying the golden nugget. They're buying access to you. They're buying access to your support. They're buying access to tapping into a community where we learn from one another. We grow together, we cultivate, we nourish, we do all of the things, and we come out on the other end, this beautiful butterfly that once started as a cocoon. And I know that sounds really too probably corny and cliche, but you know, it is what it is. And I thought, man, that's exactly what I'm already doing. And so when I watch your group, the beginners group, and I say, you know what, they need some love, they need some help, I'm going to deliver. But if you want my time, my coaching, the group who's already in here, this is your time to raise your hand and say, you know what, I don't want to play small. Kim has given me everything I need to succeed, but I know I'm going to go further with the group. And that's what this mastermind is for. Mona, you have not. The mastermind is a $1,500 offer. I have a payment plan in place, and I was supposed to raise that to the $3,000 ticket that it actually is before I left. And I never got a chance to do it because I was working off hotel and internet Wi-Fi for an entire month. And it was awful. It was awful. So between me and you, it's still at 1,500. Okay. So it's only open to the next 15 people. And then we're done talking about it until February. So I've brought my phone today, and I've also brought my desktop, obviously, because I want to show you a couple of different things with TikTok. So the first thing I'd like to do is share my phone screen. This is easy to do for those of you who are wondering. When you have, I've got an Apple phone and I have a Mac computer. So it's really easy to do when you've got a Mac. They sync up quite nicely. Now we're going to open TikTok. Okay. And Mona, I can talk to you about that as well, because I know you just bought the workshop. And if you want to take what you paid for the workshop and just put it towards the mastermind, we can do that. Okay, everyone can see TikTok screen A-okay. You can see my TikTok beginner to badass, pinfluencer, mom, wifey. You guys see this all right? Thank you. All right, so I'm going to choose this first video that's pinned, not for any particular reason. All I'm showing you here is just the how-to. So once I click this open, I'd like to know a secret about, okay. On your right-hand side of your video, there's going to be these 3 dots right underneath where it says 406. That's where you save a video. That kind of bookmarks it, puts it into your saved folder so that you can always go back and find it, either because you like the content, maybe you're snooping on the person to see how you can do things, or maybe you like the audio. Right underneath that is the 3 dots. So if I click those 3 dots, you'll see all of the places that we can send this video to. So at the top, this shows you some of the people you're connected with on TikTok. And of course, if I wanted to send this to Lisa Wages, it would send this video right into her TikTok instant messenger, right? Her DMs. Below that, I could copy the link, which we're going to do in a moment. But you could scroll through and you could see how you could text it to someone. You could put it through Snapchat. You could do all of these things. I'm going to click more. And for some reason, I don't know why Pinterest isn't there, but you have to scroll down and you see down here where it says save to Pinterest. That only comes up. Let me show you one more time. Click the 3 dots. We're going to scroll over to the button that says more. And then we can scroll down and click save to Pinterest. Now, of course, you do have to be logged into Pinterest, right, from your mobile app. And it's asking me to pick an image, but it's not giving me an image to choose from. I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Don, if I'm not mistaken. He was in the Pinterest Marketing for Beginners Facebook group. And he said, hey, you know, when I save my TikTok video to Pinterest, all it is showing is kind of that dark TikTok logo. It was Don. Okay, perfect. And I saw that Don is here. So I'm glad you were able to join. So there's no image. I'm going to show you the workaround. So right now it's asking me, what board would you like to save this to? So down here where you've got this pencil, you can choose that and you can say, hey, just throw it on my profile. I can organize it later. So that's where on your Pinterest profile, you kind of see these 2 things. One is called created and one is called saved. When you create something, it goes to your created. That's where all of your idea pins are posted. Some of your pins are placed there. And this going to your profile would also be one of those things under created. So you could choose which board is most appropriate for this particular video. Now, I know this video is about Canva hacks as it pertains to Pinterest. So I could put it under Pinterest marketing and view. Not going to allow the paste because there's no need for it. Now, did it save? That's a good question. It is ugly when you do it this way. That's why I'm trying to show you the most convoluted way to do this first. So the next way, it's like, oh my gosh, what a big, big difference. Okay. So under Pinterest marketing, no, don't touch it. Right here, you see Pinterest marketing. There's a board, right? One of the pins say click-worthy pins. One of the pins has a text, and the pin underneath it, that bottom square, just says the TikTok logo. Let me see if I can find that. Now, obviously, it just says TikTok. It's not very inviting, right? They don't know what it's about. So if I click on it, oh, well, we don't really know what this is about. So if we click visit, open TikTok.
Hey, what's up? In this video,
Then it brings them to the TikTok video. So let me ask you a very serious question. If you were on someone's Pinterest account and you saw just this, would that be enough for you to follow through with the pin? Would you want to visit this and see what it was about? Right? Dawn is immediately like, no. Right? Carla said no. Lynn said no. I completely agree with you. So in this case, I'm going to show you from the phone, and then I'm going to show you from the desktop what we're going to do instead. So you might want to grab a pen and paper. If someone wants to type in the chat, please feel free to do so. We're going to go back to TikTok, and we're going to grab the video, whatever video you want to share to Pinterest. So I'll go back to Canva.
would you like to know a secret?
We are going to grab the link this time. So right at the bottom, there's a blue circle that says copy link right here, copy link. So it says your link is copied. Now, once again, this is a little more convoluted from the mobile device, from your app, which is why I'm going to show you both versions, and then you can decide. The only time I do this from a phone is when I'm traveling or I'm on the go. I much prefer to do this from the computer. So I'm going to swipe up. I've got the link copied to my clipboard. So that's step one, is to copy the link from your video. If it's a brand new video you just posted and you try to copy the link, TikTok might say, hey, it's under, I don't want to say scrutiny, but like they're looking at it right now to make sure that it doesn't violate any terms and conditions. Once it goes through that very brief process, it could take 5-10 minutes. Then you'll be able to copy the link. But if it's a brand new posted video, they might not let you get the link right away. So now all we're going to do is whatever you're using, whether it's Google Chrome, whether it's Safari, I don't care, but we're going to go to a website called SaveTik.app. Let me type that in the chat. SaveTik is TIK.app. Everyone have that? This is not an app that you can download. So don't go into your app store to try to locate it. It is a website. SaveTik. TIK.app. We're going to click go. And now what this is doing is this is going to save your TikTok video without the TikTok watermark. So right at the very top, we can paste the link that we copied. You see that it pasted my TikTok video link, and the green button to the right of it, I'm going to hit that. Usually an ad will pop up first. See this big ad right there, and we don't need it. So now we've got three options. We can download the video, we can download the MP3, which is the audio, or we can download other video. I've never used that option. I don't even know what it means. So I'm going to click the green option, which is download video. That's a great way if you are really being creative and you want to use your own audio. You could go through SaveTik, you could scrub your own audio right off of your TikTok video, and you could bring that into some other creation, something you're creating on Canva, perhaps, anything else. And this is the big ugly ad. It's always going to pop up. Just close it. I'm using one of those pencils that Okay, so now it says, do you want to view? Do you want to download? So I'm going to click download. But as if that's not enough, it's not actually downloading it yet. At the very bottom of my screen, there's a lowercase a, there's a capital A, and then there's a blue arrow pointing down. We're going to tap on the blue arrow, and I'm going to click on downloads. Now it's going to open my video. So I've got to tap on this. You see how many steps this is? So watch what happens. I'm going to now save this video to my phone. Anyone confused? Be honest. This is not a trick question. So if I go to my camera roll, here's my TikTok video. It has the music.
Pinterest account. Then
It has the captions. It has everything it had inside of TikTok, except for what? There's no TikTok logo here. So now, Dawn, I would go to Pinterest, and I'm going to upload this video as an idea pin.
would you like to know a secret about Canva for
There it is. But that feels like a lot of steps, right? So let me just swipe up for a moment, because I think you're going to like the desktop version much, much better. Were you able to follow that okay? Okay, cool. Alan, what's up, buddy? All right, cool. I do like the desktop much better as well. Let me see. Okay, cool. You guys followed that quite nicely. Has anyone used that service before? All right. So now let's go to, a lot of people don't realize that you can use TikTok right from your desktop. So you're going to go to tiktok.com, and at the top right, you're just going to sign in. So I'm already signed into my account, same account, beginner to badass. This video I posted, I don't know, let's click on it.
Let's talk about fear of video for just a second. Shortly after I retired my husband, Rich,
Okay, let me pause that so we don't need to listen to me. And on the right-hand side, you can see this big, long link. That's the same link that you would get from your phone. It's the link to this video right here. So I'm going to click copy link. Boom, the link was copied. Same exact thing, just less steps. We're going to go to save tick.app. Okay, right here. Now we're going to paste that video link, hit the green button, and there's the green download. So again, you choose if you want to download the video or just the audio. So I'm going to download my video, and watch, here it is up there. Way less steps. So if I click it open, there's the video. It's going to have the music. It's going to have the captions. It's going to have the same everything, just not the TikTok watermark. And you now use this everywhere. At the end of October, I'm going to host a Get Seen challenge. It's all about video marketing, specifically short form video. And most of you have seen my crazy methodology, but generally one of my best marketing strategies is I make every single day a 60-second or less video. And it takes me about 14 minutes and 43 seconds a day to take this one video. I put it over to TikTok, Instagram Reels, from my Reels up to my stories, from my stories into my highlights, Facebook profile, Reels, stories, highlights, Facebook business page, Reels, stories, share it through a few Facebook groups, put it into Pinterest as an idea pin, put it on LinkedIn. And I'm sure I'm missing something, but it goes out to about 14 to 15 different locations in less than 15 minutes. All right. So here it is. Now I've got the video. All we have to do is create either a pin or an idea pin. If you're taking my mastermind, you know the difference between both. It doesn't matter to me what you choose. So let me create an idea pin, create a new, and it says here, upload, drag your video. So I know it's here because I just saved it. I got a lot of stuff on my computer. You can imagine, right? Here it is, save tick, and there's my video. So I would put my title, Fear of Video Marketing for Your Business. Now we would assume at this point, we've done our keyword research. Now we'd add a description. Most people are held, I might say most internet marketers. That's probably more of a keyword. Most internet marketers are held back from their growth and true potential and audience reach because of their fear of video. That usually stems, right, from fear of judgment, fear of being seen. I honestly love to be seen. I'm all about the spotlight. You guys knew I was a little bougie, right? But my husband, not so much. He was brave enough to do this and not delete it. Watch for yourself. Makes you kind of curious, like, what did he do? Now you want to watch this video. So I could add a link if you wanted to. I'm not saying you have to, but if you wanted to, because you want to drive traffic back to your TikTok, this is where you would put the link to your TikTok video. But at this point, what you've done is now you've given them the actual video and they could go back to TikTok. They could rewatch it. They could comment. They could consume your other videos. Or of course, you could send them right to a lead magnet, blog post, anywhere you want to send them. There's no right, there's no wrong. Choose a board. I will say growth mindset. And then because this is an idea pin, it's going to let me choose 10 tags. Now with a tag, you can't just free text whatever you want to. You do have to choose things that are already in the system. But the only way to know what's in the system is you start kind of flirting with different ideas. So I might try marketing. And you can see affiliate marketing, marketing plan. So I would go through and take everything under the marketing umbrella that is relevant. Marketing, right? Small business marketing. Is this landing for you guys? Business marketing. I'll do content marketing. Marketing tools, right? I could try video, may not be a lot there. And that's where you really have to get a little bit creative when you're looking at tags, because it's not conducive. It's not going to have everything that you would have liked. It's not like a hashtag where you can just dump it and run. It doesn't work like that. Internet marketing, heck yeah. And the goal with every single idea pin, if I have a video, I always upload it as an idea pin. Again, I really go into why in the mastermind, inbound marketing, but your goal is to try to get 10. I'll choose marketing, and we're at 9 right now. And let's do, I guess, marketing communication. And now it says you've hit the tag limit because I have 10. So now I can publish this and it's uploading the pin, and I have gone ahead and redirected them to TikTok right from the video itself.
Let's talk about fear of video for just a second.
Right, much easier. Absolutely. I'm going to show you one last thing, and then you are dismissed. And I hope this was helpful. I just want you to know that I really do watch. I really do read what's going on here. One more thing. Thank you, Carla. For this, we're going to go back to the phone. I'm making you jump around a little bit today. Okay.
You're friends with her? Let me know now.
Would you like to know his?
So I want to ask you, let me find the chat real quick. Have you ever been told not to repurpose your TikTok video to another platform if it has the TikTok logo? Have you? Just yes or no, because then I know who to educate. And if I don't have to educate, then I won't. I don't want to waste your time. All right, Carla, yes. Dawn, yes. Lynn, yes. Okay, so you guys understand that. Very cool. And I won't get into it. Now, Pinterest is not a social media platform. You know that. I've drilled it into your head all month long. So it's not going to become like a bratty Instagram, right? If you put, I mean, Instagram has come right out, and their creators said, if you dare upload a TikTok video right to Instagram, we are going to diminish your potential reach. Pinterest is like, bring it on, right? We're not in competition with TikTok. So if that was too much for you, because I've promised you that you can do a lot with Pinterest in a little bit of time. Again, I've also told you, if you're overwhelmed at any point, we're doing something wrong. So how can we simplify this process for you? I've showed you the toughest way using SaveTick.app from your phone. Not ideal, but hey, it works when you're on the go. It works when you're running through airports. It works when you're on a plane, at a conference, in a hotel room, when you don't have your desktop handy, or when you're linked to some shitty hotel and airport Wi-Fi. Then I showed you from your desktop how to grab your link, how to go to SaveTick, download this, and scrub that TikTok watermark right off of it in literally 2 clicks. Now you've got that raw organic video with the captions, with the music, with, you know, if you've got some hidden keywords, it holds all of that search engine optimization, so you can put it anywhere. Now you can repurpose this video to your YouTube shorts, to Pinterest, to a blog if you want to. But now that we know at this point anyway, and I'll keep you informed as time goes on, but as of right now, Pinterest doesn't care if you have a TikTok watermark. So if you hit this, once again, those 3 dots that we were just at, and you just click save video, look at 66% saved. It's slow, it's sluggish, it wants to get there, 77, 80. We're getting there. Boom, it's saved. Okay. Now the video is going to be saved with the TikTok watermark. We could come right back to our Pinterest app. I'm going to choose idea pin, because anytime I do a video, it's always an idea pin. Look at those 2 side by side. The very top, this one here has no TikTok watermark, and it's even condensed by 3 seconds. This one here is 3 seconds longer, and it does have the TikTok watermark. Absolutely, Carla. Yeah, I create my TikTok video first. I put it through SaveTick.app, so that I'm going to teach you guys a lot about video marketing, a lot about marketing. You think you're here for just Pinterest, but you're going to be total gangsta when I'm done with you. So Carla's like, is this what you were generally doing to create your video on TikTok and then repurpose it. So I've actually timed myself with a timer, and it takes me 14 minutes and 43 seconds to create my TikTok video. And why I do that there is because I can add the music, I can add the captions. And then a lot of you don't realize this, but when you're on TikTok, you can type text that is all your keywords that you want to be found for. And then you can swipe it off the screen so it's hidden to the naked eye. But the cool thing is the algorithm still picks it up. So it knows what your video is about. So by us taking that video and scrubbing it through Save Tick, it's kept everything where it is. It's just scrubbing that TikTok watermark off of it. So everything else is in place and in position to be well optimized in the search engine. From there, then I go to YouTube Shorts and I go to every individual platform, manually posting it, because those platforms do appreciate when you post it natively or organically, which means not through a third-party software. I do teach the third-party tools for those people who truly need leverage and need to condense time, but it makes a bigger impact when you can go to each individual platform and upload it yourself. And so for me to be with a written description, with hashtags, we're talking less than 15 minutes a day. And aside from speaking, right, and doing what I do here, that is really the majority of my marketing are those short form videos. So if that's worth 15 minutes a day, you're going to enjoy the rest of my trainings. So I'm going to click next. Carla, I hope that answered your question. I'm going to pause this. And so what you can see here is that it has the TikTok logo and it shows my username, beginner to badass. Does anyone have an idea of why those 3 seconds were added to the end of this video, whereas the one where I scrubbed the TikTok watermark off didn't have those 3 additional seconds? Anyone want to take a stab at it? I'm going to just take a sip of water real quick. And I done lied to you. Here I am with COVID and I'm like, oh, we're not going to be here for even a half an hour. And you know me, I freaking talk too much. No guess? All right. I kind of like this. I really do. So I'm going to scroll right to the end of the video. Good guess, Lynn. Watch what happens at the end of my TikTok.
Visit pinterestgrowth.com and download my 8 simple steps to passive Pinterest profits. You've got this.
How badass is that? It adds this little outro at the end of your TikTok video. It's kind of fancy and it shows your TikTok watermark. It shows your username and it just adds a little oomph right behind it. So honestly, I want you to think about this for the whole training that I just shared with you. If it's not a sassy platform like Instagram, I will sometimes do both options. I will scrub the TikTok watermark off of my video to make Instagram happy. YouTube is kind of catching on to that bandwagon as well. And I want them to be happy, right? We want to be rewarded in the algorithm. But then there's times where I see the value of having this little meat at the end of the video, and it's a little extra 3 seconds, but it can be impactful. And they're like, oh, beginner to badass, I'm going to go follow her on TikTok. And so I might use these shorts and upload them to Pinterest and up to my Facebook stories and maybe, you know, wherever else you can get away with it. So that's all that I had for you today. I really appreciate you sticking with me. I'm long-winded as usual. Let me just take a moment and ask you if you have any questions at all. Any questions? Thank you, Alan. My pleasure. Oh, thank you, Dawn. I love it. Thank you for being here. And I will have the recording out to you. So feel free to share this. And like I said, if you are not in our mastermind, you're missing out. We've got 15 spots open. I'm a person of integrity. Once those 15 spots are taken, we are closing the door and we are going full bore ahead, COVID or not. And you're not going to see these doors reopen until February. So spread the word, spread the good news, keep the germs to yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Go play with that. And this live is already available in the Pinterest Marketing for Beginners Facebook group. So if you want to go back through it, you don't have to wait for me to give you the recording. You can go back and go through that right now. All right. Dawn, I hope this helped. And thank you so much for asking the questions. You guys just make it so freaking easy and so fun to do what I love. All right. Thank you. I sure will, Mona. All right. Have a great day, you guys. I'll see you around. Until next time.